Step 9. The threshold into the 5th dimension. Dear ones, we the Arcturians have enjoyed our time with you in the Crystal Temple, located on the threshold of the 5th dimension. We have shared your peace and joy and revelled in your acceptance of our unconditional love. Are you ready to step across this threshold and into the here-ness and now-ness of the 5th dimension? We remind you that as you transition into the 5th dimension, the limitations of time and space will begin to disappear. Releasing the past. When you are in the resonance of the 5th dimension, you may also find that it is increasingly difficult to hold on to the dramas and even the dreams of your physical reality. As your awareness moves beyond your physical reality, you graduate from the illusions of limitation and separation that have ruled you for millennia. Suffering, which was noble in the Piscean age, will now be perceived as falling out of the flow. While you are in the flow of the 5th dimensional reality, the concerns of your ego will seamlessly be replaced by the fulfillment of your soul, and your ego goals will transmute into your soul's contribution to planetary ascension. As your consciousness expands to embrace your multidimensional nature, your sense of self will change from that of an individual to that of a group. This collective consciousness will then easily expand into planetary consciousness, galactic consciousness, and even into cosmic consciousness. Your consciousness, which has been in our corridor since September of 2008, for many it has been longer, serves as your scout who carves a pathway for you into a new, exciting reality. You are no longer acting like a child who must blindly follow your leaders, even if you do not respect or trust them. In fact, you have found your inner leadership through downloading and integrating your multidimensional self. You suffered many symptoms of transformation as the old and the new realities vied for power within your consciousness. Through this struggle, your soul created closing acts on your stage of life so that you could clearly perceive areas of life in which you were tenaciously holding on to the 3rd dimensional paradigm. You are presently in the process of releasing that which limits or separates you from being your true self. By releasing the old, you are preparing to move through the exit of the Crystal Temple and across the threshold into the 5th dimensional now of the One. In the here and now, the unified intentions of people and planet are creating reality. To step into this world, we ask you to use your wondrous gift of imagination, your 5th dimensional thought, to perceive the threshold into 5th dimension upon which you firmly stand. The threshold. See the threshold with your awakened clairvoyance as it wavers throughout your everyday life. Hear its sweet messages and tones of unity and promise with your expanding clairaudience. Feel with your ever-present clairsentience how the world beyond this threshold feels different, lighter and calmer. Experience the unconditional love, joy and peace flowing towards you. You are going home, home to your true vibration. Are you ready to cross the threshold now? Many of you have long since crossed this threshold, as well as many other thresholds. We ask that you, the experienced ones, return to this fifth dimensional crossing to contribute your consciousness to the collective. Know, dear ones, your consciousness, as always, precedes you. However, we ask that you firmly ground this crossing into your physical earth vessel, your daily life, as well as in the planetary body of Gaia. With the closing years of the Piscean age, you have seen the amplification of deceit and useless wars as only the intensified fourth dimensional emotions can present them. Furthermore, you have had to face your inner and outer demons as you bravely walked through your personal and the planetary dark night of the soul. Because of your courage to confront your fears, you have found that your soul was never dark. In fact, it is filled with unconditional love and infinite light. It was the entrance of the love and light into your daily consciousness that flushed out the layers and layers of hidden fear and darkness. Valiantly, you clung to the guidance of your inner self to show the way through the darkness and into the light. As more and more of you found your own inner light and shone it out across your world, you raised the collective and planetary consciousness above the illusion of darkness in which it had become so embroiled. In this manner, people and planet have moved beyond the lower astral plane and into the higher frequencies of the fourth dimension. Within our corridor, as well as in your daily life, you boldly move through the many subplanes of the fourth dimension, across the great void and into this crystal temple. You now stand united at the threshold of the fifth dimension and ready to continue your journey. Even though you may have occasionally withdrawn your attention from the corridor, your soul was so happy to see you in your true form that it continued the journey without your conscious awareness. Take a moment to awaken them. You may decide to send yourself dreams to facilitate this memory. For now you are ready to leave this temple. The crystal temple permeates deeply into the foundation of our Arcturian reality. In fact, there is a crystal temple on the threshold of every frequency of reality. These temples serve as energetic hubs to facilitate interdimensional and intra-dimensional communication and travel. Each crystal temple is connected to the dimension upon which it is based, as well as to all the other crystal temples in every dimension, solar system, and planet of this galaxy by the transmission of torsion waves. These torsion waves stream from the black hole in the core of our Milky Way galaxy, transmitting the infinite creativity, divine intention, and unconditional love, which interlinks all beings, places, things, dimensions, and interdimensional travelers. To better understand what we are saying, release your third-dimensional thinking. Time and space are illusions of the third, fourth dimensions. Therefore, beings, places, things, dimensions and travels can be everywhere at the same time. A moment of reflection. Before you step across the threshold and into the one of the fifth dimension and beyond, take a long moment to look at your journey so far. Of your many third dimensional incarnations, this one is very special. You have the opportunity to usher in a new age, create a new reality, and participate in a planetary ascension. Many of you have crossed this threshold before in a loving and conscious fashion. You may wish to take this opportunity to recover any ascension memories you may have had while in any of your incarnations on a planet, galaxy, or dimension. In this manner, you can incorporate those lessons into your present experience of planetary ascension. You see, dear ones, each and every one of you is a magnificent being of light, a multi-dimensional inhabitant of many simultaneous experiences of reality. When your consciousness fully embraces the fifth dimension, these alternate, parallel realities will merge with your awareness to become one with your consciousness. ETs will no longer be aliens, but fellow members of your galactic family. But first, let's take an inventory of your experiences of enlightenment within this, your personal and planetary ascension life. Because your present incarnation is during the final stages of the Kali Yuga, the last and darkest 2,000 years of Gaia's progression of the equinox journey around the Milky Way, you have had many personal and planetary challenges. Therefore, let us first review the awakening of your third dimensional consciousness. Third dimensional awakening. Do you remember how, even though you could feel the higher worlds in your heart and at the edges of your mind, you still clung to your old third dimensional beliefs in limitation and separation? You lived in a reality where different was viewed as worse or bad. Therefore, you believed you needed to push away your inner experiences as they made you different and alienated from your surroundings. However, eventually, the spiritual, interdimensional experiences became so strong that you could no longer ignore them. Then, one by one or in small groups, you sought more information and understanding about these inner communications. Through your tenacious effort, your inner instincts, feelings, ideas and communications became the spiritual guidance that has brought you here to our corridor. Others of you spent many years trapped in the illusions of the third dimension, but have awakened slowly, or as quickly as a flash of lightning. Whether you always remembered and suffered years and or decades of alienation, or have recently awakened, you have special memories of your spiritual path so far. Take a moment to reflect on these memories. It would be helpful if you jotted them down or shared them with another seeker. As you review these memories, see them as your special victories in the light. Fourth dimensional memories. Now take a moment to reflect on your fourth dimensional experiences. The fourth dimensional experiences of your life have been expressed through your most intimate emotions and passions, your early imagination, your creative force and your spiritual journey towards the awakening of your multidimensional self. Many of your fourth dimensional experiences were highly creative, deeply loving, and spiritually awakening. On the other hand, most of them were still ego-bound or, at least, still attached to your ego's goals and desires. Thank each of these enlightening experiences, but as you cross the threshold into the fifth dimension, you will forever leave your ego behind. Your ego will still serve you, but only as the captain of the earth vessel for when you enter the third and fourth dimensions to give service. Just as you move into and out of your car or your home, once you are fifth dimensional, you will be able to move into and out of your ego's earth vessel when you journey back into the lower worlds for service to others. Dear ones, be aware that becoming your multidimensional self will not limit your reality in any way. As your integrated self awakens to the fifth dimension, you are not raising your consciousness to a different reality. Instead, you are expanding your consciousness to simultaneously experience many different realities within the now of the One. Do not be limited by third dimensional language. To move into the unknown, you will need to release your attachments to outdated operating systems, languages, and communication styles. In the fifth dimension and beyond, you live by your expanded perceptions of telepathy, empathy, clairvoyance, clairaudience, psychokinetic, and more. You are expanding your perceptions to include your true, multidimensional nature. Therefore, you will experience the third and fourth dimensions, as well as the first and second dimensions and quantum worlds, whenever you please. Much as you take a trip to the mountains or seashore, you will take a trip into different realities. However, without the confines of time and space, you will not take time to go there. Instead, you will merely expand your consciousness to encompass other realities within the now of the One. Take a moment now to review your fourth dimensional experiences. The fourth dimensional experiences of your daily life are your growing sense of mastery over your energy field. On the other hand, your journey through the lower astral plane and into each of the higher planes to release trapped emotions and outdated behaviors is the spiritual component of your fourth dimensional life. Take a long moment to remember these. Jot them down or share them with a friend. Becoming a master of energy. Your energy field, aura, is created by the thoughts you harbour in your consciousness and the emotions you hold in your form. Mastery over the emissions of your energy fields is vital because your energy field proceeds into the fifth dimension, instantly manifesting your every thought and feeling. To be a master of energy means that you self-correct any negative thinking or fearful emotions by overdubbing it with unconditional love. Are you ready to enter a reality in which your every thought and emotion is instantly manifest? Let us linger a moment at the threshold to view this reality. As long as your consciousness is filled with joy and love, you will instantly, in the now beyond time-space, create joy and love. As we have said, when you enter the fifth dimension, there is no time or space. Hence, the manifestations of your energy field are instantly manifested as reality. In the lower dimensions, where there is still time and space, it takes time and work to create your reality. However, the higher your consciousness, the faster your thoughts and the quicker your manifestations. Many of you have experienced the manifestation of thoughts and emotions that you did not know you were harboring in your energy field. These are important lessons, for they urge you to focus your intentions away from ego and fear and toward being a master in preparation for fifth dimensional Earth. Not only will your thoughts and feelings become instantly manifest, everyone will know everything that you are thinking and feeling. When you live in unity with all life, there is nowhere to hide your secrets from others or yourself. The emotions hidden in your body will tell you about any secrets that you have kept in your unconscious. Your emotions do not speak a verbal language, they speak body. Fortunately, once you know the body messages within each chakra, you will be able to translate your aches, pains, illnesses and accidents into a language that you can understand. There is basically one message that your body will give you. In order to hold your resonance high enough to remain in the fifth dimension, you will have to release the emotions of eat and do, for your body. Learning to tune into your earth vessel will assist you in grounding your great multidimensional energy. You will likely need to change your diet, get more rest, meditate, exercise, and alter some actions and behaviors to assist your earth vessel in integrating the higher frequencies. We have talked in detail about monitoring your consciousness, but we would like to remind you that the greatest healing force in the universe is unconditional love. Therefore, if you find your thinking to be negative, your emotions fearful, or that you are not listening to your body, remember to love yourself unconditionally. If you reprimand yourself for your mistakes, you will eventually stop observing yourself. It is then that your transformation into yourself will be interrupted. To be a citizen of the fifth dimension, you will need to take full responsibility for your reality, without placing blame on others or on yourself. If you blame yourself for a mistake, you will only feel guilty, which is a very low frequency emotion that will drop you out of the fifth dimension. On the other hand, if you lovingly take responsibility for your reality and gratefully accept the lessons of each problem, you will gain great empowerment, which will keep your resonance high. Practice acting as your true multidimensional self in your daily life by remembering to be the master of your thoughts and emotions. When negative thoughts and fearful emotions threaten to taint your consciousness, take a moment to focus on the gratitude for the unconditional love that is infinitely at your service. In this manner, you will gain peace of mind and a consistent feeling of gratitude and unconditional love. Your integrated multidimensional self is your constant protector. It will guide you to the center point of your consciousness, where you are free of all polarities and the threat of illusions that duality creates. What you actually need to practice constantly is to surrender your thoughts and emotions to your multidimensional soul self. While you are living in this surrender to soul, the polarized reality of your ego self is easily released. Your consciousness expands, and you naturally flow into the frequency of the fifth dimension. On the other hand, when you allow your ego self to be at the helm, the negativity and fear of the third dimension are once again loud in your psyche, constantly threatening to lower your resonance. The bombardment of fear and negativity lowers your frequency below the threshold of the fifth dimension and into the polarized worlds. As can be seen, crossing the threshold is not a single action, it is a state of consciousness. This threshold is not a place, it is a frequency. The threshold of a frequency is the exact moment at which you are able to perceive it. In this case, it is the frequency of an entire reality. Fortunately, practice makes perfect. Holding your perceptual base in the core of yourself will allow you to choose to perceive the higher worlds. It takes patience and constant self-observation to maintain the state of consciousness that allows you to perceive the magnificence of the fifth dimension. Fortunately, when your consciousness drops, the fifth dimension does not go away. It is just that it is beyond your perceptual field. A new helium balloon can easily rise to your ceiling. However, over time, the balloon gradually moves closer and closer to the floor. In the same manner, you may tune into the fifth dimensional reality, but your consciousness slowly lowers as you get involved in your daily duties and challenges. Fortunately, once your consciousness is firmly planted in the fifth dimension, these duties and challenges are replaced by unconditional love and the joy of creation. Hence, crossing the threshold is not a singular act, it is a conscious recalibration of your consciousness to constantly live in the flow of your multidimensional self, who easily surrenders to the fifth dimension. Your multidimensional self can also visit the lower worlds to assist and serve. Hence, much as you now visit the fifth dimension and live in the third, fourth dimension, more and more, you will live in the fifth dimension and visit the third and fourth dimensions. Choosing your reality. Within the now, all is one, so you can easily and naturally become one with that reality of your choice. Within the now of the one, there are more perceptual possibilities than your third dimensional brain can imagine. Fortunately, you have downloaded and integrated your true multidimensional self into your earth vessel, which has expanded your consciousness far beyond the limited potentials of the third dimension. From yourself, you realize that all the dimensions exist in an infinite tapestry of frequencies of reality. To choose to experience a certain dimension, you adjust the frequency of your consciousness to match that of your desired reality. This process is much like changing the channel, the frequency of programming on your television. Once you are on the desired channel, you will perceive everything on that channel frequency of reality. However, if your television or your consciousness cannot hold that resonance, it will change back to the channel reality that matches that frequency. This shift in reality may be so seamless that at first you will not realize that you have shifted realities. However, you can use as a marker the fact that the high-frequency realities are filled with love and joy, whereas the lower-frequency realities still function in the polarities of human love, viz. Fear and happiness, viz. Unhappiness. To consciously navigate the dimensions, practice your mastery of remaining in tune with your thoughts and emotions and the resulting state of your consciousness. This constant vigilance can be quite difficult during the daily chaos of physical life. This is why spiritual speakers in the past moved far from civilization and lived in ashrams or temples. However, at this point in Earth history, you have chosen to assist with the planetary ascension. Hence, many of you stay in more heavily populated areas to assist Gaia in her transformation is happening. Therefore, you may choose to simply surrender your soul self to guide you in your daily life. becoming fifth dimensional. Crystal Temple. Take a long moment to feel the others who are with you in the Arcturian Corridor. Connect your soul with their soul and feel the unconditional love, infinite light, and calm peace flowing through every one of you. Daily life. Take a long moment to fill your heart with all the beings, human and non-human, third dimensional and beyond, that have shared your journey. Channel the feelings of unconditional love, infinite light and calm peace flowing from the crystal temple into your grounded self and then out to all those who have shared your journey. Share with Gaia. Take a long moment to remember all your experiences in Gaia's beautiful nature. Channel your gratitude for these moments into Gaia and all her inhabitants. To continue our journey, envision yourself in front of the two giant golden doors at the exit of this crystal temple. You have been here before, which you will more easily remember as you more completely awaken your multidimensional memory. See the huge golden doors as they open before you. The doors appear golden because gold is the color of pure joy. In your world, many have sought gold in hopes of finding wealth in a material fashion. But did that wealth give them joy? Joy is not a reward for accumulation. Joy is a state of consciousness. When your consciousness is filled with joy, your aura becomes golden because you have acknowledged that your consciousness is your only eternal treasure. In order for you to cross the threshold of these golden doors, you will need to accept and surrender to the pure joy that emanates from them. Close your inner eyes and focus your intention on opening your unlimited mind and unconditionally loving heart. Yes, it is only with an open mind and a loving heart that you can accept pure joy. Allow the joy to surround you. Surrender to the joy. You are ready now to cross the threshold. Surrender to the threshold. Fall into the threshold. As you cross the threshold, you find yourself in the form of a phoenix bird, the harbinger of a new era, floating in a sky of infinity. Just as the seagull hovers in the sky, wings spread wide, patiently awaiting the smoothest and swiftest air current, you, too, hover, wings spread wide, patiently awaiting the highest frequency to pull you into its current. You feel the soft breeze of love and joy as it caresses your feathers of light. The view from here is magnificent. Below you can see all that you have ever been and how far you have travelled in your many third-dimensional experiences. You can also see your many fourth-dimensional experiences in which you followed your spiritual path home. Yes, you have been a brave and tenacious spiritual warrior for myriad incarnations. You have fallen many times, but somehow you have gotten back up, brushed off your knees, and continued on your journey home to self. You know that your experiences in these worlds are not yet complete. Far from this perspective, you can easily see the loose ends you wish to tie up and responsibilities you want to complete. However, with that realization, a quiet breeze whispers into your ear, "Dear one, raise these final touches into the resonance of the One to more easily be fulfilled." This voice holds such love, joy, and a peace that you try to find it, but it is everywhere. How can love, joy, and peace be everywhere when you have tenaciously sought them your entire life and experienced them only fleetingly? In that instant of doubt, you start to fall. Fortunately, you remember you are a bird and instinctively flap your wings. Taking a long breath, you relax into the feel of love, peace, and joy, and continue to wait for the current to pull you into its flow. Slowly, the cares and conflicts of the lower worlds again disappear from your awareness. You choose, instead, to focus on waiting for the flow. The sky around you is sweet and clear. Beneath you is your favourite landscape. Yes, Gaia is the most beautiful mother anyone could have. You confirm your commitment to take her with you, pulling the memories of your many experiences in her wondrous nature into your heart. Your mind calms. You feel the solidarity of a redwood tree within the family of its ancient forest and the strength of a mountain peak within a vast mountain range. You are a single cloud and the entire sky, the quiet of a still, small pond, and the roar of a surging ocean. Between the ocean and the sea, you are pulled toward their point of unity. Gently, you allow the sky and the sea to engulf you as you follow their calming motion. As you do so, you feel yourself becoming the ocean and being the sky. You surrender to the sensation of flowing with the currents of air and the waves of the sea. As you relax into the joy of flowing with the current, you see the sun peeking above the horizon. Is it rising or setting? Perhaps it is simultaneously sunrise and sunset, but you are both releasing the old and embracing the new. You approach the sun and feel the glow of unconditional love warming your heart, and the promise of change awakening your mind. Like a bird caught in an updraft, your consciousness soars beyond time and space into the infinite one, the fifth dimension. With the joy of a long-awaited homecoming, you embrace those whom you have missed, remembered and even forgotten. They are all here, now, in the one. The many expressions of yourself within your myriad excursions into the physical worlds surround you like the stars in the night sky. You greet them like beloved family members with whom you wish to share the memories of your long journey into matter. You are a great messenger who has returned from a long journey with news of all that you have experienced. You contribute your wealth of memories to the one and feel all the memories of the many individuated bodies of light that warmly greet you. As you look around, you discover that the reality you thought you had left surrounds you still, but now it glistens in the light of the fifth dimension. You bask in this reality where you feel only love, peace, and joy. You have graduated from the need to learn through conflict. In the now, you realize that you are a multidimensional being and do not need to sacrifice one reality to experience another. Therefore, you know that even when you return to the lower worlds, you will feel the fifth dimension around and inside you. In fact, It is your multidimensionality that you will share with Gaia as you ground your great light into her planet and your physical reality. You are ready to return, for now you know that you have never left, you have only forgotten. Firmly, you decree that forever and ever you will remember your true, multidimensional self, who is the core of your being. You know that within the challenges of your daily life you may forget, but simultaneously you know that you will remember. To facilitate this memory, take a moment to experience yourself in your Merkaba form. The downward facing pyramid is your feminine, earthbound form of matter, and the upward facing pyramid is your masculine form in spirit. In the middle, where male and female meet, is your high heart, the holder of your Atma, your threefold flame of life. Gently, yet firmly, deposit your multidimensional memory of self into your Atma. Program your consciousness now that whenever you are in danger of forgetting yourself, you will spontaneously touch your high heart just above your heart chakra to activate your memory of your ever-present life in the fifth dimension. Dear ones, we shall return, for we will never leave. The Arcturian.